Climbing up into the 90s again today, and I've got to follow guidelines that say don't do any strenuous work in the afternoon. So I'm making some string rests. Plus, I want to become a YouTube star soon. So I need a lot more subscribers, and this is a really sexy topic. So I was working on my TikTok moves, and they were really not, they weren't working out. So I'm going to stick to the string rest thing. And so here are the string rests that I'm trying to copy. These are, I don't know, these are not original. Both of these pianos had work done before. But you can see this is made out of this cardboard that this manufacturer uses, which I used to wonder why they used cardboard instead of wood. Originally, these were made out of wood. I make them out of maple like this. And then there's another manufacturer that not only uses cardboard, but they use cardboard that looks like this. I mean, it's almost like Amazon Prime boxes. And it begs the question, how can you have a string? You can see the dents from the strings in here. How can you have a string passing over flimsy cardboard like this and expect it to stay stable? Well, you can, because over time, the strings they squish down. And whether this is cardboard, this kind of cardboard, which is dense and hard, or light-duty cardboard, eventually it is gonna become stable. Now, the reason that I use wood, maple, is I don't want to wait for eventually. I want this to become stable much faster. And so this string rest is not only wood with felt on it. When I glue this on, I always use hide glue under here, because the hide glue gets in the wood and it makes this very strong, very resistant to the wires pressing down on there. So it's not just wooden, it is wood with hide glue on it. I think I've done this before, but anyway, here I start with these just quarter sawn maple that I glue together, these two pieces of kind of thin maple that I have a lot of. And then even if I don't have the piano, if I go out to string a piano on site, I can take one of these patterns that I've made over the years and get this thing rough started. And what I'm doing now is roughing the shape on the, is this the profile? I'm not even sure what you would call this, but if you know anything about pianos, the string rest addresses a couple of different things, which in my very Neanderthal drawing here, you can see that the tuning pin, which isn't straight, you want it to hit the string rest like this so that it keeps the coils tight up here. You don't want the string coming down to the plate over there, or you're going to have a gap, and it's not going to keep these tuning pins nice and straight. Now, this is not to scale, and this is for fantasy purposes only. So the other side of the coin is the A-graph, where you're coming down here, and this is much more important, because some tuners have told me about something called blow-through, where if there's not enough of an angle coming out of here, that the vibrations are going to come through here, and it's going to affect some sort of sound on the other side of here. So I'm going to be careful with where this is placed, as close as I can to the A-graph, or somewhere near the A-graph, and how high it is. But too much, and you can see if this angle were too much, it would be putting a lot of undue strain on the A-graph, and you could maybe pull it right out of there and have it break, and very embarrassing. So, but I'm not addressing this right now. Actually, I don't even care about this right now. I'm making these things, just roughing these in right now, and I have the ability to address this later, because if I need to make this thinner, when I put this down near the A-graphs, let's see, where is this? This is going this way. Okay, so this is down near the A-graphs, and this area is important down here. I can take wood off the bottom of this after it's felted and get this thinner so that it doesn't lift too strenuously on the A-graphs. And then I can shape this so that the string has a nice roll off of here as it heads towards the tuning pins. But if it's too low, I can glue a shim of wood under there. That's what I'm struggling to say, is I'm going to rough this in now, but I can do the fine tuning by gluing a shim underneath here, or just flipping this over and using my spoke shave and then just taking more wood off the bottom, which will then lower this. So right now I'm just making this look nice, basically. And then I'll do the fine tuning on that stuff later. But still, like I said, I like to use wood. I don't like to reuse these, because if the string spacing isn't really nice, I mean, even if you take the felt off of here, I mean, they're already grooved, and the strings are going to want to go back to those grooves. You can certainly reuse this, but at a certain point, there's a little bit of you have a lot more flexibility. And again, you know, this area, this space between here and the A grafts is important, and especially as you get up here, with that blow-through thing, you want a real ability to adjust the height of this thing. So anyway, that's, again, I'm trying to not strain myself too much because of the heat. So that, I know that was a little strenuous, and now I've got to go take a nap. So see ya. My camera won't shut off again. I love it.